Hey everyone, I trust that you're doing amazing. Um, I have felt drawn for a while already to tell you about this, and now is the time, apparently, because I'm doing it now. And these are my manifesting tips, but it's actually not really a tip, it's more the truth of who we are. I'm going to share with you what the truth is of who you are and how you can utilize this knowledge to create your most amazing life. And I obviously have had amazing results because of playing with this, and that's why I feel comfortable and confident sharing this with you too. So it's about light, and it's funny that the sun just now started shining even brighter. It's about light, and I'm going to tell you a couple of stories first. So, a while ago, I saw this interview, or someone told the story. Anyway, there was this man at the Oprah Winfrey show, and he told Oprah he was living his purpose. And Oprah asked him how he came to do what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing, and that's not important for this story. And this man said, well, I came to live my purpose when he was in a plane crash, and he was one of the few survivors of this plane crash. And he could see from the plane that lights, different forms and sizes of lights, light balls, were leaving the plane. And some were bigger and some were smaller. And he instantly understood, and I get goosebumps when I'm thinking about this again. And he instantly understood that these were people, like the little light bulbs were people that weren't really shining their light so brightly when on Earth, and the bigger lights were shining their light really brightly on Earth. And how can you shine your light bright? When you're happy, when you're doing what you want to do, when you're living your purpose. And purpose doesn't mean that you have to have this massive job and be on television and be the next Oprah Winfrey. No, you can live your purpose being a cashier at a supermarket. There's this lady at the supermarket where I often go, where I live now in Napier in New Zealand. And she is always so happy. Her name is Sandy. One of my best friends in Holland is also called Sandy. And it's just, she is such a bright light. And she's working at the register in the supermarket, and she just makes my day by being so super friendly and interested and loving. So, okay, one story. The other story is I'm in a group of people that I wanted to become a part of this group for a while already. And this group was advertised in another group that I was a part of. And this group is called the Power of 11. And I thought, I need to be in that group. And I've been working on my own lights, and how do I do that? Well, I'll get to that later. So back to the story, Power of 11. There's this man that organizes this. He's the person that gets everyone together, and he's in charge of the waiting list. And I knew there was a waiting list. And he emailed me, said it's a waiting list. And I said, yeah, I know that when it's the right time, I will be in this group. And I would see his name every now and then pop up. And he doesn't have a very common name. So I was like, it's in the making. Like, I'm going to be a part of that soon. That was just, I felt it. And then there was this one particular day that this car drives by with his first name and then another last name on that car. And I was like, yeah, he's going to email me. I'm in. Yes, the next day I got an email saying, hey, Monique, we have a spot free. Would you like to be in the next Power of 11? So that's amazing, isn't it? What does the light have anything to do with this? Well, I've been working on being the light, shining my light brightly. How am I the light? I am the light by being happy, working on my physical body, like putting the perfect things in it, eating things that are light. Plants have a lot of light. It doesn't mean, because I don't want to go into vegan or vegetarian or meat-based diet. That's not what this is about. It is about, and Matthias De Stefano talks about this. If you eat what is literally light, and plants are light more than meat is way denser, then you become more of that. Like what you eat, that's what you think, you become that. What you eat, you become that. So that's how I've been working on being the light and becoming more of light. Not even sure if that's possible. I think it's more uncovering of what is not light, letting go of what is not light. So that is my third argument for this. And then I made a list of things that I wanted to talk about. This was, so Power of 11. We had to come up with a name of our group. We could say the Power of 11, but that was not really what we wanted. So at one point, there were a few names coming and going, and I thought, light weavers. And everyone was like, light weavers. That's what it is, because that's what we're doing, people. We're weaving light. And because everything we see is energy, right? Some things are more dense, some things are less dense. Everything that you don't see, think there's space. There's no space. There's something there, but our physical eye cannot pick up on it. Our human physical eye, cats and dogs and other beings, can pick up on it. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah, weaving light weavers. It feels so potent, and it's so, we're weaving light. With every thought, you think you're weaving something that's maybe a bit denser or something that's lighter. And then the last thing, to build this case for light, like I don't have to build anything, but I would love for you to understand that all you need to do, all you have to do is be more of your light and stop pushing against things by saying, but I want this and it isn't there, because that is everything but light. And when you have less light, then you have less experiences that you like light. Yeah, that wasn't even a pun. Okay, so the near-death experiences. Everyone, I wanted to say no, Phil, but that's not true, because I heard a couple of people say something different, and I have an explanation for that as well. Most people that I have heard speak about a near-death experience always talk about how they go towards the light, that they see this bright light, and how the being, God, all that is, the being that receives them is of the brightest light. So, light. And then there were some people, actually, I've seen one, I stopped it because I thought, doesn't matter that I stopped it. So there was one being that said that they went to hell. Now, I also heard the explanation for how it could be that some people don't go towards the light but go towards darkness. And that's because of their belief. Like, your beliefs also operate on on the other planes. It's not like you have a belief here and as soon as you pass over, that's whoop, gone. No, your beliefs, like, they operate still. All you need to do when you would have that experience, dying and going to hell, is knowing that it's a belief and letting go of it. And then whoop, you're in the light. So, yeah. What would I recommend you to do if you feel like, yeah, okay, all nice and well, and I love the story about the light, Monique, but how do I do this? How do I get more light, and how do I get what I want because I want what I want? Okay, well, first of all, if you feel like you don't have what it is that you would like to have, you are in lack, and you can be all the light in the world, but you won't get it. But actually, when you're in lack, you're not shining your light. You're shining your lackness. Yeah. So realize that everything is here and now, and everything that you want is already experienced and owned by a version of you, because everything's here and now. That version of you is calling you towards them by the desires that you have. So you're always, all the desires that you have in your life are valid. All of them. No fail. So you don't never ever have to let go of the desire. You only have to let go of the resistance and thinking, I will never get it. How will I get it? No. Because you know the how is not your job. What is your job? Being happy. And by being happy, you're the light. That's it. It's seriously like the months that I've been here in New Zealand, because this is a big time, a long time dream of mine. And I've been creating crazy things, and everything, most things have been super smooth and easy and flowy. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I spoke to a friend of mine who is a light worker, and I understood it. I was just like, that's why, because I'm just being. I'm being me. I'm being the light. I'm anchoring more light where I go. There was a pretty intense happening here where I am a couple of weeks ago. I was not affected at all. The only thing that we had was we didn't have power for 3-4 days. For the rest, everything was fine. And I know how that came about, and that's because I have a really super solid belief that I'm always perfect and that nothing can happen to me that is not supposed to happen to me. Yeah. Other people were not so fortunate. What I have been doing then, and I got the message also clear because at one point I wanted to visit my friends in Auckland. I wasn't able to leave, and I clearly got the message, you have to stay. You have to be the light. And this is what I signed up for in my life. And it's not that I don't want to do it, because I don't believe we have to do anything that we don't want to do. I am one of the people that signed up for being and anchoring the light. How did this all of a sudden? It wasn't really visible. Maybe this thing is okay. My camera is slowly going lower. Yeah. So, moral of the story. It is about letting go. It's about letting go of resistance. And sometimes you really do not want to hear this. And sometimes when people say this stuff or said this stuff to me, I just want to punch them. I get it. But it's all you need to do. All you need to do. So, this was it. Wonderful light beings. Yeah, if you want, comment. If you have a question, ask. If you think someone else can benefit from this video, then share it to them as well. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao.